Today's luxury market, Mistral really sets itself apart from others just simply because of the view to the North Shore. It's a spectacular view. It's the first thing you see when you walk through the front door of this villa. And even the name itself, the name Mistral, of course, describing a wind in the south of France in Provence. It couldn't be better description of this home simply because it's perfectly positioned for capturing the wind, capturing the feel of the Mediterranean and the Caribbean at the same time. Well, when you first walk into the property, of course, it's the emotion that you feel walking down the steps, entering the front door, glass door, and then you're looking through that door to the glass door on the other side to the ocean. And the color of the North Shore of Providenciales, that's why people come here time and time again. The layout is quite logical. You have your guest bedrooms are over to the left of the villa at the far end. On the far right of the villa, or the east end of the villa, and behind the kitchen is actually where the primary bedroom is, with its own ensuite bathroom, of course. Very luxurious, but that allows you to all gather in the center of the villa, which is what makes this a perfect vacation villa, and a very successful one at that. But it's also a vacation home for the owner, and they love this property. They come and use it quite often. The lifestyle around Mistral Villa, again, is ease of ownership and just relaxation, because you don't have a lawn here to mow. You don't have trees to trim per se. It's about sitting around the pool, enjoying the interior, and having the privacy and that view to the north. Compared to other properties around the Turks and Caicos, or around Providenciales more so, Mistral, because it's centrally located, means that it's really only about 10 minutes from the airport. So it's a very short drive from the airport. We're not on the flight path, thankfully. Again, we're elevated to 60 feet, so you have a beautiful view of the North Shore, which is that beautiful turquoise color you see in all of the magazines. And as far as getting around to other amenities, the golf course is only 15 minutes away. Graceway Gourmet, where the primary grocery store is only 10 minutes away. Things like that allow you just to sit back and enjoy the property. And it means also that it's easily accessible for any of your guests or friends to come over and have an evening of entertainment here. You could bring in a private chef. There's plenty of professionals on the island to choose from. Certainly a property manager will help you with those choices. And in general, you're just going to have a property that is pride of ownership. When people walk through the door, the first thing out of their mouth will be, "Oh wow," and that's a lovely feeling. The type of buyer that's looking at Mistral Villa, in my opinion, is either a young family or a family with young children, I should say. Perhaps somebody that is looking primarily for a vacation villa with the ability to rent it in the vacation rental market, simply because they want to monetize the asset that Mistral has. That certainly was the vision of the current owner. And it rents wonderfully with the property management in place, who would be thrilled to continue to operate the villa, especially because it's turnkey. Essentially, you'd start to rent it as soon as you took ownership, and you could come and use it at any time based on how you want to manage your calendar. From an investment perspective, Mistral Villa is top-notch, simply because you already have a calendar of rental guests coming. You will also appreciate the fact that properties in Turks and Caicos and Providenciales specifically have been rising for the past 10 to 15 years. So the capital appreciation on a villa is going to be something you'll enjoy. But in the meantime, you can come down and use it as your own vacation villa, but also have that rental revenue that is going to be pretty important over the next few years as this market continues to grow. I think one of the keys to Mistral Villa that is so important, and why it needs to be seen in person, is the fact that when you arrive at the top of the property, because we're built into a hillside, and you come through and then down the stairs, you don't really know what you're preparing yourself for until you round the corner and look through the glass doors, the entry doors, and look through Mistral Villa, the way it's designed, with the 10-foot glass doors on the other side, and look at the view of the ocean beyond that. It really does take your breath away. And that's what I think people really need to embrace when they come to Mistral Villa and see it. And that's what I think makes it a special opportunity as a purchase. It really is an incredible villa to have in your portfolio.
Imagine enjoying all that Mistral Villa has to offer.
But it's the stunning views of the North Shore that really can't be beat.